Recorded Books and RB Digital present Fairytale by Danielle Steele. Narrated by Luis Moreno. Danielle Steele begins with the following note. Dear readers, we all need a bit of magic in our lives, and most of us secretly or openly believe in fairy tales, that a certain amount of magic can happen to us. Fairy tales have a useful and powerful message in today's world to give us hope that things will turn out right in the end. I loved the idea of translating a modern-day story into a fairy tale of sorts, even without magic wands or fairy godmothers, but populated by real people who turn up at the right time, lend a helping hand, stand up for what is right, and help us turn things around when necessary, no matter how overwhelming the circumstances or how bleak the outcome may seem at times. Like all fairy tales, it's essentially a battle between good and evil. And there's no denying that evil does exist and raises its ugly head at times in all of our lives and worlds. Wily, cunning, clever, greedy stepmothers exist even in today's real-life world. A naive parent can make an unfortunate choice of mate for a remarriage, putting their children in some pretty nasty circumstances. We've all heard those stories, and sometimes lived them. Add unpleasant step-siblings, and you have a recipe for some very unpleasant times and even ugly battles. Without an ally or protector, we can end up fighting the forces of evil on our own. And for lack of a fairy godmother to solve the problem with some magic dust and a wand, we have to be brave and creative to fight the battles that face us and to fight for what is right and justice in the end. With luck, unexpected allies can appear, and with perseverance and courage and right on our side, good can, in fact, prevail over evil. Not always easily, but the battle for the forces of good can lead to victory in the end. It's good for all of us to be reminded of that. With a blissfully easy childhood, in the gorgeous, lush, peaceful setting of the Napa Valley, we don't expect tragedy and evil to rear their ugly heads. But hard times can happen anywhere, and then the battle begins. There are no pumpkins or white mice in this fairy tale, but a fascinatingly stylish, charming French evil stepmother, an innocent father who believes the lies he's been told by a bewitching woman, and an accident of fate leave a young woman fighting for what is rightfully hers and even fighting for her life, while a funny, cozy, red-headed, clever, eccentric grandmother comes as close to being a fairy godmother as any of us will ever need. And, as it should be, good prevails over evil in the end, which should remind us all to stay on our path, persevere, never give up, and do what we know is right to the end. May all your fairy tales end with happily ever afters. Love, Danielle. To my beloved children, Beatty, Trevor, Todd, Nick, Sam, Victoria, Vanessa, Max, and Zara. May all your fairy tales be real. May evil never touch you. May you be strong, wise, and brave if it does. And may all your stories have happy endings, and may you always know how much I love you with all my heart and soul. With all my love, Mom. D.S. And now, Fairytale. Chapter 1. It was March in the Napa Valley, just under 60 miles north of San Francisco.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.